All right, so on this coaching call, I'm going to show you exactly how to take a website like Ryan Serhant's and make your own just as good as luxury presence, which I used to pay $1,500 a month for. Now you can get it for absolutely free or whatever Claude costs. So I'm going to show you three things. I'm going to show you one, how to create your own website. I'm going to show you two, how to use a platform like Perplexity to grab all of the data you need for a buyer's guide for exactly what videos to shoot in your area, in your neighborhood. And the third thing I'm going to show you guys is how to take Gemini and create your own or own pictures. You can do video too, but your own pictures for for your listings or for new construction that aren't built yet. So there's a lot of things in there. That's a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and dive in. Let's just say I am doing a deep research on new construction homes in Scottsdale market. What neighborhoods should I focus on? Okay. And so it's going to kind of give you, it's going to do the research on it. And I really like kind of like the deeper research that it does. Um, So it's going to give you like the ones that are done by the Toll Brothers, Camelot Homes, Skyview. It talks about the neighborhoods, right? Gated mountain views, 1 acre lots, final phase of McDowell, gated, 4 to 6, ultra luxury, boom. Upper mid luxury, 850 to 2 million. Kind of gives you the Vita community, Rosewood. Those are the builders. But as far as neighborhoods, one Scottsdale, Adavea, Rosswood, Highlands, and it kind of gives you like the breakdown for each one. Now, from that, what I would say is, uh, now there's the three type of videos that you could shoot. You can do like one of the ones that I love that I think do really well on uh, YouTube is just like the Google doing like the Google Maps, right? So if I were to take this one, for example, right, and I were to say, okay, um, give me a 10-minute video, uh, not scope of work, but shot list for shot list and talking points for this YouTube video. I want to do it from Google Maps. And then I'm going to give it that. Boom. Okay. So now it's going to come in and it's going to give me 10-minute shot list, talking points, all the different things. So it's going to visual flow. It's going to talk about starting at 30,000 feet, satellite view, showing Phoenix Metro, zoom in the North Scottsdale, pin drop on the Sonero Canyon gated entrance, quick overlay, and then talking points like here's today's talking points. I'll talk about the number locations, Google Map views, gated entrance, surrounding areas, street view. So it's going to give me first locations, everything, Sonero Canyons sites or sits right at the North Scottsdale Golden Corridor, Pima Road, and Happy Valley. You're 8 minutes from Curland for shopping and dining, 12 minutes from Troon Golf Course, and right. And then it gives you the four collective breakdowns. So this kind of gives you the East collection, right? And this is the crown jewel, the 2.7 to 5 million, blah 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 blah. And then it gives you talking points for here. It gives you the enclaves, um, villa collection, and the cool thing about this, guys, is like you're gonna have like the satellite view, and you can go back and forth if you wanted to be able to pull up the visuals for these too, right? Um, so let's say I wanted to include like, so this is the full 10-minute video. So please include links or visuals beyond Google Maps. Okay. All right. So it's pulling up like the Toll Brothers website, the Mountain House Lodge scenario, all these different spots with the visuals. So here's the Google map. Boom. It gives you the Toll Brothers. Boom. Talks about the school district. So it gives you literally everything, um, the official pages for each one, or the sections that it's talking about. So that way you can click on those and then talk about each one. And so this is like a step by step for each thing that you can, like your entire video. And you never leave your computer, right? And the cool thing about it is it gives you like all the things to talk about. Like it talks about the shopping centers. I mean, I don't even live in Scottsdale, and I can talk like I do. Like this is Cave Creek Unified School District, which matters for resale, right? So it's like you're just being the expert advisor. So now with AI, you totally can be, right? So here's this is this is pretty cool, I think. So I like Perplexity for deep research. So if you're doing um, I mean, you're all doing new construction. One of your videos should be obviously the walk through the home, a walkthrough of the neighborhood, but one should be a kind of like a Google video that you can shoot from the comfort of your house and talk about all the different areas. So um, now it gives you like the cuts and all the different things that you can give to your editors, which I like. So you can hire an editor on Fiverr. Bam, there's that. So this I like Perplexity for that. If I am having a conversation, like maybe I'm looking to try to figure out or solve a problem, I like using Grok for the conversational stuff. Um, so Grok to me is just like a, I don't know, it's just easy to have conversation with. So the way that I usually do it on my phone because it's usually like I'm in the car, or maybe you got a 15-minute ride and you want to I mean, you could do it for a number of things. Let's just say that you were going to, sorry, it already started listening to me. Let's say that you were going to use it. Maybe you got a negotiation with another agent, or you got a negotiation with a seller or buyer or whatever it is. Like I will have you can have conversations with Grok in that way. Be like, hey, you're a listing agent, and we put in an offer, and this is all the objections that they're giving me. What are some of the things that we can do to be able to solve the problem, right? Or that this is why they won't take my offer. And then you can have that full on conversation with them. Or you can say, hey, I'm running YouTube videos and I've shot my first 12 videos on 4 different neighborhoods talking about new construction. What should my next playlist be on? And I live in Phoenix, right? So let's just ask it that. All right, so you are a guru in YouTube and SEO, and I am running Facebook ads for new construction. I just picked 4 neighborhoods and shot those videos already. I have a playlist of 12, but I'm looking for another playlist that complements the new construction. What would you suggest?
Go with a new construction buyer's guide playlist. It complements your neighborhood tours perfectly by catching people right when they're researching. Film these to pair with your 4 videos. How the new home buying process works. Timeline from offer to closing. What upgrades are worth it and which to skip. Final walkthrough checklist. What to inspect before you sign. Smart home features for new builds. Easy installs that add value. What to expect living in a brand new neighborhood. HOAs, amenities, first-year surprises. Title them with long-tail keywords like new construction home buying tips. Those rank well and convert on Facebook traffic. Keep each video 8 to 12 minutes. Thumbnail your existing neighborhood shots and drop links to your Facebook lead form at the end of each. That playlist will warm up your ad audience and turn views into appointments fast.
Awesome. Thank you.
No problem. Glad to help. Got any specific neighborhood or topic you want to tackle next?
So I could go into obviously this neighborhood that we just talked about right here, right? This one, and it could give me an entire buyer's guide on this neighborhood. So and maybe we do that, and then I'll show you how I would create it within Claude. So they all kind of work together. They all have different specialties. Um, so let's just do that for the sake of this. So um, yeah, so I have a YouTube video that I'm shooting from Google like Maps tour on this Serrano Canyon kind of neighborhood, Scottsdale's hottest new construction community, where homes are ranging from 1.35 to 5 million. What I think would be great is if you gave me the entire. I can give you the breakdown of the video, but if you want to do kind of like the deep research for the buyer's guide for that area, that would be awesome.
Here's a solid deep dive script outline for your Serrano Canyon Google Maps tour video. Perfect for your new construction buyer's guide. Opening hook. Hey, you're looking at Serrano Canyon in North Scottsdale, a private, staff-gated luxury community by Toll Brothers.
Okay, that's awesome. From about one. Hold on. I'm if you just want to finish it without telling me, I'm gonna demo out something else. But if you just want to get all the information here in text, I'll just copy it. Thank you.
Amenities deep dive. Construction in Scottsdale with views like this. Drop a comment below with your price range, and I'll send you the.
Okay, so when that is giving me the guide, what I'll show you is some of the stuff I've been building out with Claude. Now I don't want to like super overwhelm you guys, but I do think like there is Claude code and there's some other things that we can dive in that it can like actually edit your videos and do some cool stuff. But let's just say you wanted a simple buyer's guide, right? Or there's an agent who's partnering with us and he has a website um, from Luxury Presence. So let me see. And he's like, I would really like to transfer that website over. Um, so what I did, so if you guys know Luxury Presence, I used to be with them. I think it's like $1,500 a month just to have their website and some simple stuff. Um, so a lot of luxury agents are on here. Let me see. So if I wanted to go, I know they have examples of people's websites. So if I went to Mr. Serhant, right, and we wanted to go Serhant, real estate. There should be his actual real estate. Let me see. So looks like Connecticut luxury real estate. All right, cool. So this is his website. Okay. It's got his different agents in the area. It's got all the different properties with the MLS. It's got, the different neighborhoods. Okay, search for listings, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So let's say that and most agents, they'll pay. I mean, I know we get a lot of free CRMs. Um, like we get a lot of free CRMs. Obviously, with EXP, you get your all your different ones that you get, right? But let's say that you wanted a super high, like luxury CRM. So I would go to Claude, and I would say, please build me a similar website for the Scottsdale market. I am going to use this one as a template. So I would go ahead and put there. I want to go ahead and add like maybe a headshot. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Boom. Okay, that's there. All right, cool. So now what happens is it's going to go ahead and build me a website just like Serhant's, um, and I'm not going to have to pay anything from it. So it's going to give me the code. I'm going to take that code and then I'm going to go ahead and copy it into Attract ROI into the site section, and I'll show you guys how to do that. And now you have an entire, website that you didn't have to pay anything for. And you may have to play with it a little bit to um, to get it all completely dialed. So hold on. Creating the full HTML is like showing you what it's doing step by step, which is kind of cool. And then what I'll do for the other one is I will go to here and let's build out a buyer's guide at the same time from what Grok put together. All right, I'm going to give it a few things so it can make it look professional. So let's go ahead and do this. And then I'll also add a logo. Now, the cool thing about this is now that I'm recording this, I can go ahead and take this and create an SOP and never have to do this again and can have my VA do it, right? So it's just all about figuring out how to leverage your time. All right, let me go down here to my logo. All right, it's a little slower when it's boom. Okay, cool. So let's see what that buyer guide comes out. Now, what would you do the buyer guide with? I mean, I would attach it to I would every lead that came in on that new construction, funnel or that was on that YouTube ad, I would attach the buyer guide as a tripwire, right? You could print off the front page of the buyer guide and say, "Hey, I got a buyer guide for this specific neighborhood for new construction." Boom, right? So now people are wanting, those who have shot videos. So let's see what this came up with. All right, so here is my Scottsdale website. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it and I'm going to go ahead and throw it into Attract ROI. All right, so within Attract ROI, you're going to go to sites. Okay. And then I'm going to go to, all right, so I'm going to create a folder. So I'm going to call it Scottsdale. All right, confirm. And so I like creating folders so I know where things are at. All right, it's got the landing pages. Create the folder. I'll add new. We'll create from blank. The blank will be Scott. Okay, create. Once I've created that, I will go here. It's going to give me the funnel. and I'm gonna uh, add a new page, and we'll just call it Scottsdale website. We'll just call it Scottsdale Great Funnel. And then what it's going to do is it's going to give me here. I'm going to say create from blank because it's already created with the HTML. All right, I'm going to add a column, add, and then I'm going to add the code. Click here. I'm going to open the code. I'm going to paste the code. I'm going to save it. Save it. Okay, I'm going to publish it. I'm going to select my domain, God Driven Real Estate / Scottsdale. Back. All right, cool. I may have to edit it. I mean, that was pretty quick, but we'll see what it pops up as. So this is just to show the point that you can create something pretty quickly. So elevate your Scottsdale real estate experience, buy, rent, sell, enter the zip code and sales volume, luxury homes sold, put your property in front of every serious buyer with us. Old Town, Paradise Valley, DC Ranch, uh, North Scottsdale, Gainey Ranch, McCormick Ranch. So as you guys can see, search listings, neighborhoods, about Kyle. It's got that little section and then a bunch of blank stuff. Still loading. Okay, demand more from your brokerage. Featured homes. It connected to some random MLS or like somehow it gave me access to the MLS. Here's a little bit about me. I didn't give it any information about me, but it pulled information about me. Okay, so in a matter of, let's call it 10 minutes, I pulled Ryan Serhant's website, completely did my own website, cost me no dollars, and it looks pretty clean in a market that I don't even live in, right? Um, Now I'd probably add Kyle Kunkel versus Kyle.Scottsdale, but Scottsdale's premier luxury agent, just super clean. Took it from like, all of that. Now let's check on our brochure real quick, see what this looks like. All right, new construction buyer's guide. Bam. Pretty clean. So I can do a few things with this. I can take the code and I can make it into a website. I can also ask it to be made into a JPEG so it can be downloadable. JPEG. But if I wanted someone to be able to get the guide and like stay on the internet still, like have a digital copy, this is what I would use for the HTML. Um, I'd say, I'd say, please give me video, not JPEG. Boom. Okay. Um, so here's my guide, new construction buyer's guide. Your complete roadmap to buying new, everything you need to know before signing with a builder, from lot selection to design upgrades and contract negotiations and closing. There's never been a better time to build your story now, right? New construction offers some things resale simply can't. A home built around your life. Boom, 8 steps from search to keys. So get pre-approved, choose your community, select your lot, review your contract, design, blah, 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 boom. And then it has a whole specific, this is for that Sonero Canyon that we just shot that video on, right? In North Scottsdale. It talks about starting prices at 970 up to 6.78 square feet to the hold on. It's creating the PDF, so it switched over automatically. So I could do two things with this, right? So now I can have somebody put in their information and automatically go to a landing page where they have put in their information and now they have this pretty buyer's guide. I can also have the automation go off and hand them a PDF of that buyer's guide. So it talks about the neighborhood, lock and leave luxury, views and volume, spacious estates, the pinnacle. These are all different parts of that neighborhood and what to watch out for before you sign anything. Builder, builders, lender incentives, talking about that, earnest money at risk, upgrade markup, phases, pricing changes, HOA initiations, complete time risk. And this is a really clean, very, very clean schedule your consultation, right? Ready to find your perfect build, boom, right? So not only did you're just adding value, bam, bam, bam. And that's the name of the game, right? When they see your ad and then all of a sudden they go and watch you on YouTube, and then all of a sudden they see your website, and all of a sudden they get a nice clean buyer's guide from you that's specifically on the neighborhood that they're looking at or for the area. Like that's awesome. I could create 7 buyer's guides in about 7 minutes for each neighborhood, and then I can have an overall buyer's guide for the entire area, right? Seller's guide, boom. Like these are all tripwires. Imagine walking through the neighborhood that you guys are looking to sell in and holding up the front cover of this and say, hey, if you're looking to buy in whatever this neighborhood's called, what's this neighborhood called? Sereno Canyon. So, hey, if you're looking to buy in Sereno Canyon in North Scottsdale, I have the complete buyer's guide that goes over everything from A to Z, how to not lose ten to $50,000 when you're working with these builders, how to pick the right lot, everything you need to know about the HOA. Just you go on and on and on. So just make sure that you get your down. Like I'm going to give you this right now for free. Boom, right? So that could be an ad that you run on Facebook, right? A retargeting ad to the ad that they already saw. It could be top of funnel. You could just run it at the top of the funnel to get the buyer's guide, right? So it could be a buyer's guide for your entire city. You could go to you could go to you could go to Perplexity and do a buyer's guide for your entire city and make it and have that print off, go to Office Depot or whatever and print off the front page of it and walk around and do a quick video and you really have a really clean, nice buyer's guide that they can download and have the digital copy. They could have the physical, like they could get the PDF emailed right to them. I mean, that's a ton of added value. Uh, and you could create one for each neighborhood. Just, I mean, it just makes you look like a baller. So within, we'll call it 30 minutes, I've done 3 things. I've showed you how to use Perplexity, which helps you do deep research, right? I showed you how to rip off websites so you're not paying $1,000 a month. So let's say you like for that Serhant website, for this website right here, you're paying $1,000 to $1,500 a month just for the site. But I showed you how to create a nice, clean website for free, absolutely free. So you're saving $1,500. And then I showed you how to get I also showed you how to do the deep research for the specific videos, give you a shot list, right? So you can know, and you could do it from Google. You can do it all from your computer. You can do Google Maps, boom, right? So I've shown you that. And then I showed you how to do the buyer's guide. So all within 30 minutes. So if you were to add up how much that is worth, you get one deal from this. It's worth it, obviously. And I'm not even selling you anything. I'm just showing you like what's available to you. Like it's all available. So just to overview the platforms, right? I like to use Perplexity for deep research. I like to use for conversational stuff. If I'm having conversations, I really like to go to Grok. For whatever reason, I just feel like I can open up the app on my phone. It's easy to have conversations. I could, all of those things. I really like that. And then for building stuff, whether it's building your vendor guide, building your buyer's guide, your seller's guide, your city's guide, or ripping off a website. You can do all of that on Claude AI. So those are the 3 platforms I personally like to use. I do like Gemini. I think Gemini is great for photos and stuff, or like creating photos. So let's say that I wanted to have Like I'll just show you the photos that I've done in. Can you guys still see my screen? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So like here's some examples of what I did in Gemini, and just for time's sake, I don't want to. You guys can go to Gemini and just tell it what you want. So what I did was I was in Scottsdale and I took this picture. Right. This is a picture of dirt with a really cool mountain behind it. All right. So you guys can see obviously the picture of the lot. There's that. Okay. And there's the picture of, so now here's the picture of what the house looks like with, the houses that were in the picture originally, the mountain, and I prompted the house to see, these specific things, right? Um, which I thought was cool, right? So you just give it the prompt. All right, so this is like the inside of the house with the same views, with the same homes, all that kind of stuff. So all that was done on Gemini. Okay. I think the main point of what I was trying to, share with you guys is one, you got to get your fish, like, you got to get your pole in the water with using some of the AI tools so you guys can just work more efficiently, more effectively. Um, and I gave you some tangible ways of doing that. One is ripping off a website to make your website a lot nicer and you don't have to pay any money for it, right? Save you $1,500 to $1,000 a month. Two is being able to create the buyer guides, using Perplexity for the research, and then taking that and putting it on Claude to be able to build that stuff out for you guys. So you can build buyer guides, seller guides, neighborhood guides, all of those things there. And then as far as picture specific, like if you're looking to run an ad and you want a house, or you want to go partner with a builder, imagine going to a builder and he's got crappy plans and you go and show him what you could build out and be like, hey, I'm going to be running some ads. Thought I might use your guys' stuff. You want to throw in $1,000? They'll look at that and be like, shoot, yeah, why not? So I'll send you guys the recording. Let me grab the recording for you guys. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'll just send out the recording to everybody. That'll be easier because then you guys don't have to download it and all that kind of stuff. So let's just do that. I'll send you guys the recording of this specific call. That'll be the best thing. So sound bueno? Cool.
Thank you very much, sir.
Y'all rock. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. All right, make sure to follow me, subscribe, go ahead and share this with another real estate friend. Go ahead and like it. Give me a comment. Let me know if you agree. If you agree and you think this is awesome, great. Let me know. If you don't, that's okay too. But let me know either way. All right, let's dive in.